In this video, we are going to talk about the 10 most dangerous waters in the world. So before starting, please like this video and subscribe to this channel for future updates. It is estimated that water covers around 71% of the surface of the Earth. Given the sheer number of seas, lakes, and rivers in the world, it is only inevitable that some of the more peculiar or even potentially hazardous bodies of water will remain off limits to all human activity. Although some of these bodies of water appear to be rather lovely, others present a truly terrible prospect. The following is a list of the top 10 most hazardous bodies of water in the world, none of which should ever be entered by a swimmer. Number 10. Amazon Basin. The Amazon Basin extends over a territory that is equivalent to 240,000 square miles. The Amazon rainforest covers the majority of the basin, and it is this lush tropical forest that gives the basin its name. Animal species. There are numerous kinds of animals that may be found in this area, from birds and reptiles to mammals and amphibians, and many of them are highly hazardous. The black caiman is a species of big crocodile that may reach a length of up to 14 feet and weigh up to 1,100 pounds. They can be found in the flooded savannas of the basin. The region is inhabited by a wide variety of hazardous animals, including piranhas, kangaroo, and anacondas, amongst others. What are some other examples of potentially hazardous waterways that we should be aware of? Tell us in the comments how it went. Number 9. Berkeley Pit. A defunct open-pit copper mine known as the Berkeley Pit can be found in the state of Montana, in the United States. The pit has a depth of around 1,780 feet and is filled with water that is highly acidic. The surrounding rocks are a source of dangerous chemicals and heavy metals, both of which can seep into the water and make it even more harmful. In 2016, several thousand snow geese tried to escape a snowfall by landing on the sea, but they all ended up drowning and dying. As a result of this, the authorities made concerted efforts to frighten the birds away so that they would not land on the poisonous water. Visitors are required to pay $2 in order to access the observation platform at the location, which has developed into a well-liked destination for vacationers. In addition to that, there is a gift shop just next to it. Number 8. Shark Alley. A short channel of water known as Shark Alley can be found between Geyser Rock and Dyer Island in the vicinity of Gansby in South Africa. This body of water is notable for the presence of great white sharks, as the name of the location suggests. A vast colony of over 60,000 Cape Fur seals makes their way to the island every year during the winter season in South Africa, which runs from April to September. Because of their attraction to the seals, the sharks go all the way here to hunt. Although this location is well known for its shark cage diving, swimming outside of the cage or free diving are both prohibited activities. Number 7. Kawa-Aijan Acid Lake. A lake of 0.42 miles in width and containing water of a turquoise color can be found in the crater of the Kawa-Aijan volcano in Java, Indonesia. Swimming in the placid lake, despite the fact that it appears appealing, would be a terrible idea. It holds the record for being the world's largest acidic crater lake. In 2008, an explorer used a tiny rubber boat to navigate the lake in order to determine the water's pH level. The pH level of the water was around 0.5 towards the lake's edge, while at the lake's core, the pH level was 0.13 due to the presence of a significant concentration of sulfuric acid. This disparity in pH level was caused by the presence of sulfuric acid. At the water's edge, there is also an active vent that serves as a source of elemental sulfur. Mining operations are still carried out at this location to this very day. Number 6. Monte Neem. There is a lake in Spain's El Monte Neem mountain range that has water so clear that it appears to be turquoise in color. Many people who are influential on social media have traveled to this location because of the lake's otherworldly beauty in order to capture the image of a lifetime. Those individuals who decided to swim in the lake, on the other hand, wound up getting quite ill. They suffered from hives as well as vomiting, amongst a wide range of other symptoms. As it turns out, beginning in 1915, Mount Neem's tungsten and tin riches have been subjected to extensive mining activity. The mines continued to be worked up until the year 2012, when they were closed for good. The lake and the surrounding area became a dumping site after decades of mining in the area, turning the water into a hazardous environment for swimmers. This caused the mine to produce an excessive amount of poisonous waste. Number 5. Lake Hillier. Lake Hillier is a salt lake that is most famous for the brilliant bubblegum pink color that it is known for. This lake can be found on the edge of Middle Island, which is located off the coast of Western Australia. Even after being stored in a container, the water retains its one-of-a-kind hue and does not take on a different appearance. An organism known as Dunaliella salina, which is a type of green microalgae, is believed by specialists to be the source of the hue. The existence of a variety of bacterial species was discovered as a result of the metagenomic investigation. Lake Hillier is suitable for swimming in despite having a high concentration of salt. However, in order to protect the environment, this behavior is strictly prohibited. Taking in the beauty of the lake from above is by far the most enjoyable way to experience it. Number 4. Rio Tinto River. The River Rio Tinto in Spain is well known for the distinctive red and orange color of its water. Since around 5,000 years ago, people have been mining for or in the area surrounding the river. Because of acid mine drainage, the river has grown so acidic that heavy metals like iron are dissolving into the water, which is what gives the river its peculiar color. Because of the one-of-a-kind chemical composition of the water, this river has evolved into a hostile environment for all forms of life. Due to the pH level being approximately 2, only hardy bacteria that are commonly known as extremophiles are able to flourish in this environment. Number 3. Lake Nyos. Lake Nyos, located in the northwest of Cameroon, is a lake that was built on top of a volcano crater. This lake is responsible for one of the most catastrophic natural disasters in the history of humanity. A limnic eruption occurred on August 21, 1986, which resulted in Lake Nyos releasing an abrupt amount of about 1.6 million tons of carbon dioxide. Due to the fact that carbon dioxide is heavier than air, the massive cloud of the gas plummeted upon the neighboring communities, suffocating and destroying all forms of life within a 16-mile radius of the lake. There were over 1,746 human deaths and 3,500 cattle losses. There is a pocket of magma located underneath Lake Nyos, and it is responsible for releasing carbon dioxide into the water, which in turn causes the water to become carbonic acid. Number 2. Boiling Lake. The Boiling Lake, which can be found on the Caribbean island of Dominica, lives up to its name and is not a good place to go swimming. The lake is actually a fumarole that has been inundated. A fumarole is essentially an opening in the crust of the earth. It has a diameter of around 70 to 80 meters and is the second largest hot lake in the world. Even though the temperature is inconsistent, the water around the edges can get as hot as 180 to 197 degrees Fahrenheit, whereas the temperature at which water begins to boil is 212 degrees Fahrenheit. The grayish-blue water in the center of the lake is actively boiling and bubbling, creating a cloud of mist that envelopes the entirety of the lake. The temperature tends to be significantly higher in this area. 2 people lost their lives at the lake in the year 1900 after being overcome by an abrupt burst of volcanic gases and then falling to their deaths. Number 1. Lake Natron. Lake Natron in Tanzania is a place straight out of a nightmare. Because the water that flows into the lake is unable to flow out, the lake has become a salt lake as a result of the high concentration of salt and other minerals that have been left behind as the water has evaporated. The lake has a very high alkaline content. Baking soda and sodium carbonate are the 2 components that come together to form natron, which is present in significant quantities in this substance. As a consequence of this, the pH level of the water might go as high as 10. What are some other examples of potentially hazardous waterways that we should be aware of? Tell us in the comments how it went.